ChairShot Podcast back here on Sunday evening. We've got a jam-packed show for you listeners. We've got features out the wazoo as you come to expect. We got reviews, we got news, wrestling telly, non-wrestling telly, all that good stuff. I'm one of your hosts, Barry, joined as always by my ever-dependable co-host. First of all, we've got Joe Towner.
Hello, everybody.
And pressing the buttons over there, we got Paul Griffin.
Beep, bop, boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Pressing them, he's doing a great job. Speaking of pressing the buttons, got a loaded movie guff coming up shortly, but I want to talk to you about my movie going experience, lads. This is my only life guff this week. Movie going experience in general was fine. Okay, I went to see The Naked Gun, which we'll talk about later. I was pretty tactical with it. I was like, I'm gonna go. I went Saturday afternoon, which typically you're thinking that's a hellish time to go to the cinema. You don't want to feel but The Naked Gun, Fantastic Four just came out. I'm thinking, I don't think there's going to be too many freaks at it, and I was correct. I had a perfectly fine. There was a dad in the audience that would slap his thigh, laugh, and then repeat the joke. That classic
that's
bit,
right.
But that's all right.
That's
We let it go. It was, generally speaking, everyone was fine. Tell you what, though, beep bop boop, pressing the buttons. I went to my local cinema and I went to the particular cinema near me that does butter on the popcorn. That really good, dreadful American style butter liquid they pour all over the popcorn. Direly bad for you stuff that they have. And the girl goes to me, blah, blah, blah. It was Coke, yeah, is it perfect? And you want butter on the popcorn? I was like, yes. So would you like me to pour popcorn in the middle of? Would you like me to pour butter in the middle of the popcorn before I top it up and then put butter on top? I was like, yes, I would like you to do that, because I mean that's the only drawback of the butter popcorn. They put the popcorn in the thing, they put the butter on top, but then when you eat through the top layer in the middle, it's just normal popcorn. So she goes, would you like me to put butter in the middle? I'm like, absolutely. She goes, okay, I will. Beep boop boop on the cash register. A quid for the luxury of pouring butter in the middle of the popcorn and then putting the rest of the popcorn in and putting the rest of the ladle on top of a quid. For just properly dispersing it. Yeah. What is going on? That is one of those things. That is one of those things where in my head, I'm just like, the markup on that is, you're making money hand over fist doing that. Like butter. Butter.
Three pence, like 3 cents of butter and then zero labour.
A quid. 97% markup. I could not fucking believe that. But listen, other than that, the theater experience was fine. We'll talk about the movie later on in the show. That was all I had for Life Guff this week. I did actually so as what I'm whinging about money, I suppose I'll also make mention of the fact that I went to the doctor this week. I went to a consultant, a specialist. I got referred to, right? To have an old anomaly looked at to make sure it wasn't like a cancerous or a twin growing back there. Okay, and it wasn't, of course. I would probably lead with that if it was a twin growing back there, or like an alien life form, or I was dying. It wasn't. It was completely benign, right?
Force him again.
Yeah, but you wouldn't. but seriously though, popcorn. I mean, come on, a quiz. But I went in there. I was there for, genuinely, in terms of in the room with the doctor, maybe 3 full minutes, maybe. She looked at it, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. 170 bones for that privilege. And I would say my total time in the sort of waiting room, the hospital general area, waiting, going in, seeing the person leaving. 3 people went in ahead of me and there was 2 more in the waiting room after me. So it's like, okay, 6 people in total in the 20 minutes I've been there, and 170 is the flat fee. So like, this person has made like $1,000 in like 20 minutes. I should have studied harder. I should have fucking worked harder in school. They weren't messing when they said if you work hard you can become a doctor and make lots of money. So that was that annoyed me almost as much as the euro for the butter. But not quite as much.
How long did she spend pouring the butter?
Well, this is it. I was like, we'll pour a little butter on it and see if it moves, right? See if it twitches or anything. If it goes, delicious, more, put it in the middle, please.
I just mean, if that girl was pouring butter for 20 minutes, she probably would have made about $1,000.
Who's making more, the doctor for 3 minutes or the fucking butter wench pouring that on?
Oh, Jeremy, and that's the peak of my life, Guff, this week. Not much else to say, other than I got one more pod before I'm off getting married. So second last for that chapter.
It's all happening because, not to steal your
Silly thunder.
your
Steal my thunder. I haven't had my thunder yet.
your wedding thunder.
It'll be the Shawn Michaels to his brother.
But this might also be one of this might be one of my last podcasts before I move into the new studio apartment.
Amazing
Studio apartment.
Yeah, well, it's not really a studio apartment. It's a 3-bedroom.
But you can have a studio apartment if you want in there.
Because lads, last time we spoke, I had a lot of money in the old bank account. Ooh, feels like I'm back in 2011. I'm back paying for the coach to college. The coffers have been well and truly ravaged.
Yeah.
The old
No money in the bank.
no money. Exactly. Yeah. I think a fly came out of my green briefcase.
The briefcase fell open.
But the deal is done. The deal is done. The money has been paid. What are we now? Sale agreed. Approaching 11 months, which is
in hell.
Speedy.
I mean,
Speedy.
some babies have been born since.
Yes.
Have been conceived and born since this.
Money. Some lawyers have made some money in that time. Let me tell you.
But it is paid for. So anticipating the receiving of some keys likely this week, and then we'll be moving. So it is finally happening. Knock on wood. I mean, again, given how long it's taken, I don't rule out the fact that there'll be some surprise final. Oh, they can't find the key. And it'll take another 6 months.
Another false finish. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But again, the deal is done. We're literally at the stage now where we to wait to get the keys.
Nicely good.
So we will be soon reporting from a new third location.
Mm-hmm.
I hopefully with better internet than I have currently, which should make my life a little bit easier from the point of view of recording and editing and doing all that fun lark.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's obviously the biggest news in my life this week was just doing the old transferoos of the hour. Good. Yeah, it didn't help as well that this week is Monday is a bank holiday in Ireland.
Yes.
An extra
You better
day
believe the
to wait.
solicitors are taking that one. You better believe they're taking that one.
So there you go. I also did have a little cinema experience. Again, I also went to see the new Naked Gun. The crowd were well behaved. I will say in my cinema, not as much laughter as I expected, given that my row, which included me, was basically laughing nonstop for the first 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Tears flowing. I was surprised the rest of the cinema not so much. But we were watching the movie anyway, and Liam Neeson was going, "Oh Jesus, I'm stupid now." Oh. And then this is okay. So we're approaching like an hour into this 85-minute movie, including credits. So we're talking like 75-minute movie. An hour into the movie, a light to my left grabs my attention. It's two people coming into the movie an hour later. What?
Oh, how do these people live? How do they function?
Just to catch the last 15.
Unbelievable.
They were like, don't worry. What actually happened, lads, is we were 2 hours early for it before, and then we got bored after the first hour, so we're just coming in to catch up on what we missed.
But like coming in with the torch on the phone, full on.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Which row is this? And it was
I
like...
could have waited another 5 minutes for the lights to come up and just popped in for the credits. That would have been easier, wouldn't it?
I mean, it would have to be, like you say, Barry, it would have to be Dave seeing somehow the rest of the movie, because it wouldn't make any sense to just watch the last 50 minutes. You wouldn't know what's going on. But yeah.
There's be very stubborn people who are like, well, I've paid for me ticket.
Yeah.
Let's see the 15 minutes, you know. Well, speaking of seeing Naked Gun at the cinema, we also just saw Naked Gun at the cinema 3 hours ago.
There we go.
So I'll relay that. No interesting stories.
Okay, no freaks, no.
It was all fine. Everyone had a great time. Yeah, only other. I mean, I'm already married and have a house.
Okay,
so
yeah,
exciting life updates for me. But we did go out yesterday to see a work in progress show by Mr. James Acaster,
Oh,
the Off Menu podcast. So, yeah, that was really good. It's just a small, 100 seat sort of theatre.
Okay,
doing this doing this sort of warm up. But it was very, very good. Very kind of structurally tight show. It has quite a sort of theme and a sort of clear sort of arc to it. The actual show, and it was very funny. I enjoyed it a lot.
Good.
Well done, Mr. James. Like a pop it on bread, James. Like a pop it on bread. That's one for the off menu heads. By which I mean Michelle. So yeah, that was good. That was it. That was
very good.
All right. Well, we do have a lot of wrestling to chit chat about. I mean, we had a big loss last week, obviously, with the Hulkster. How are folks coping with this week's news? I know it's sensitive, so I don't want to rush into the topic, but there will be no more WWE pressers after the pay-per-views. So I know you're all sitting there. You're like, I want to know, Paul, did you like being in New York, LA, Chicago, Toronto for this show? I know. Yeah. I want to know as well. But he's busy. Okay. And fucking sometimes things don't go the way you want. That's life. I'm sorry. That is just life. That is the way it is. I also want to know how he feels about his promotion having the momentum of a runaway freight train.
I was just about to make that reference.
Paul, did you watch SummerSlam?
A little bit. Now, hang on. Let me jump out in front here and say, I did not pay for no Netflix.
Okay,
this was purely on the old watch wrestling live stream. Actually, those watch wrestling live streams are absolute dog shit. I did find another website which actually had a much better experience with. A funny story. I was watching initially the watch wrestling feed, and it kept the audio on it kept being pitched down by about 30 octaves. So Michael Cole is commentating, and it was very, very funny. And part of me wanted to watch it like that for a bit because it was funny, but. So I was kind of half watching. I was kind of half in and out. Some matches would be on. So I'd say, I'm just going to go downstairs and have cereal and not watch it. So I will say I turned it on towards the end of the Roman Reigns tag match, which was the opener. Can I shock you? Can I shock you guys? Yeah, it was Roman Reigns and Jey Uso against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Can I shock you? Roman Reigns did a spot where he did a spear through the barricade.
Holy shit, did they stop the show?
I mean, that is now as common as an arm drag. Roman does the old spear through the barricade. That was all right. Then it was the Alexa Bliss and Charlotte against Judgment Day match. Did not watch any of that.
Right.
Then we had... Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn. Did not watch any of that.
Karrion Kross on the pay-per-view, on the PLE rather, pardon me.
In fact, I did catch the finish of it, which was funny, which was Scarlett gave Sami Zayn like a metal pole and was like, do it, Sammy. And Michael Cole, really overbearingly, was going, will Sami Zayn cross over to the dark side? Will he
God, it sounds like my idea of hell, honestly.
And then Sami Zayn didn't use the stick. He threw it away. And Karrion Kross attacked him from behind. And then Sami Zayn just beat him anyway.
Yeah.
And so, I saw that got very poor reviews, that match. I didn't see the match itself. We had the Jelly Roll match. Jelly Roll and Randy Orton against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
I don't even know what any of these words mean.
I know
Yahoo Strong Festival or
Jelly Roll. Well, let me tell you, Joe. Jelly Roll. Picture in your head if Post Malone and Rick Waller were like mixed into one person.
That is a great shout. Isn't
that just Post Malone?
No, Post Malone's still a skinny man. He's still a relatively skinny man.
Jelly Roll actually has lost a ton of weight, to be fair to him.
Yes. Jelly Roll is one of those, he's not top of my Spotify, but I had heard of the Jelly Roll. I know of the Jelly Roll, I will say, as far as their celebrities go.
Yeah.
Go on anyway.
This was fine. I mean, there was a couple of good spots. Logan Paul hit his frog splash off the rope to the outside through the announce table on Jelly Roll. So he did take a hellacious bump. Fell off the table onto his own head as well.
Yeesh.
And then actually the finish was also Logan Paul in a more standard conventional way hitting a frog splash on Jelly Roll. So Jelly Roll did eat the pin here.
That's all he's fucking eating.
He needs to go that doesn't work for Jelly, brother.
Yeah. Logan Paul, to his credit, has one of the best frog splash executions I've ever seen. That's as far as I'll go with my.
That's a yellow card, Paul.
That's as far as I'll go with my comments. He has an art bar level frog splash. The rest of the match, whatever.
I was thinking about Donovan then.
How much does Jelly Roll weigh?
What does Logan Paul weigh?
Look at this frog splash. No,
They're not the wrestlers.
not on the wires.
No, two of them aren't the wrestlers.
Oh, I missed the Jade Cargill Tiffy match as well. I understand my SummerSlam report is most of it is I didn't watch it.
And that's fine, because I don't think anyone cares really about the WWE. I will say that one seems to have really irritated people. First of all, there's the freaks who are annoyed that Karrion Kross lost, but they're not pushing him. I don't know. How is that where we are these days? But also people seem like really outraged that Jade lost. I mean, I don't know. Tiffany seems like this person they're genuinely building up to be like the person that carries this division in 5 years. That doesn't strike me.
It's interesting that they have turned Jade. How long has she been there now? 2 years?
About 2 years, yeah.
Give or take. She's just a girl on the roster. Like to me, everything that was special and different about Jade Cargill and stand out about Jade Cargill is kind of been evened out. Like to me, she doesn't stand out really anymore.
I think they also realized that she's just very limited, and they'd never admit this, but AEW did the right thing, which is they gave her because she looks like she's chiseled out of granite, of course, so they gave her the big unstoppable beast, can't stop me run, which was really good for what it was. I think WWE were worried about being seen as derivative and doing that, so they're not going to do that. And what else can you kind of do with her? She still hasn't really advanced much beyond, roughly bell to bell. I'm referring to where she was at the very end of the AEW run.
That's kind of my point. Was regardless of her actual ability, was the presentation of her is where I feel like it suffered. Yeah. She's, Jade was a whole kind of presence, right? That now she just feels like what's the difference between Jade and Tiffany Stratton? To me, not much.
Yeah.
And then we come to the main event, Punker and Gunther. Yeah. Which I quite enjoyed, I will say, to give them credit. It was a little long, and the heat segment where Gunther was just beating up on Punk did go on for about 25 minutes. It did go on about 10 minutes too long. I did get to the point where I was thinking, okay, I'm ready for something else to happen here, other than Punk gets up, Gunther knocks him back down. Punk gets up, Gunther hits him with a powerbomb. Punk gets up, he hits him, but Gunther hits him with a harder shot. He goes back down. It just felt like a lot of that the majority, too long of the match. I don't mind that a majority of a match is structured like that, but it just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on. Gunther did drag the blade coast to coast, of course, which is WWE's latest thing that they do pull out on occasion.
Okay.
And Punk did beat him then with two GTSs, upon which we did have the return of Freakin'. Injury work confirmed, which all credit to John Pollock, who, as far as I recall, was the first person I saw to float that idea.
Yeah, so and yelled that, I'm sure, at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
By Mike Johnson, amongst other people as well, who was chiding people for speculating that it was a work. It was disrespectful to the man in the professional lying business to suggest that he might be lying.
that is the thing, right? Like, I think Mike Johnson, typically a good source for news, but when you put your head on the line, or when you stick your neck out to that extent and you turn out to be wrong, you're going to have to eat a little bit of crow on that one. But he did come out, he did win the title, danced around a little bit. I will say a little secret that listeners won't have realized. I think it was on the All In CSP, where it's just Joe and myself reviewing All In. I think we did talk a little bit about that original segment. And that night, I was kind of listening to some post wrestling, listening to John Paul talk about it. So I actually made us sound very smart by editing our talking about that segment out, where we talked about how it seemed like it was legitimate. But yeah, there you go. Rollins is back. He's the champion. It was a work, which my whole point about it is, on the meta level, like, if this hadn't got out, I think it would have been very, very well received. The fact that it did, I think it's the fact that it did get out, and the fact that in the internal storyline logic that it doesn't make an ounce of sense. I think it's not being looked as fondly on, certainly not by me. Like, CM Punk won this 30-minute match against Gunther where he was just constantly being beaten the shit out of. Rollins, anyway, has the Money in the Bank briefcase. What's the reasoning for him to have feigned an injury for the last month? He could have just come out anyway and won. Like, it is just a meta level gotcha for the fans, right? A surprise for the fans, which I don't inherently have a problem with. But the fact that it got out took so much of the luster from it. So,
I mean, for me, I just, if I never saw some cunt come out with a previously won championship match, and I'm doing it right now, I would fucking die a happy man. I don't care what promotion it's in. I don't know if there's been another concept in wrestling I'm so thoroughly over as this one. I'm just so over it.
Yeah, and we're
so
talking
fucking over
in the last few weeks about AEW's contracts, right? And now it seems like they've flip-flopped back to it's not a Money in the Bank.
Yes. So Athena has just said, we're just doing it for Forbidden Door. MJF is still kind of making an angle.
No, my read from MJF promos these last week or two is he wants to get a title match with Hangman without using up the contract to ask for one.
Yeah.
As opposed to he can run out with it and sign it like Christian did previously. Again, they might flip-flop back on that again, but it does seem like it's a call your shot in advance as opposed to, I mean, that's, why else would Athena do it like that unless that's how they're going forward with it, you know? So yeah, that was SummerSlam. Of what I saw, you know, it was again, so many fucking ads, ad after ad after ad, so much like downtime of nothing happening. Yeah. So I won't be watching night 2 tonight. I might watch the like Cody Cena at a push. But I'll be obviously I think it's starting maybe around the time we finish recording here. But I'll be watching the Manchester United Everton friendly instead. So I won't be watching something.
I'm curious if the Cena face turn this week is like a fake out to the old Austin saving WWF from the invasion before joining
the second I saw the clip, and this was during SmackDown, I thought I'll be surprised if that lasts even the end of SmackDown or push SummerSlam. I mean,
yeah, it's just interesting because it seems like Travis Scott has bailed, so maybe they are shuffling their plans around because it's like, okay, Rock didn't really want to be there originally, and they were going to build it on Travis Scott. Now there's been some falling out. Maybe they are just like, fuck, this isn't working, it's bad, and all the people we wanted to use for it are out, you know?
That's true, but is the best kind of course correction to just undo it? Is there not something, I mean, look, the Cena heel run so far, post Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, has had nothing to do with The Rock or Travis Scott anyway. We talked about this whole you, the fans, nonsense they've been doing the whole time. So it was strange for him to come out and basically say, look, this storyline has been a total bust. I I'm actually a nice guy. Sorry about all that stuff I said. So let's see. I mean, for me, it's kind of, I'm surprised they did it because it's kind of a lose-lose where if it's a ruse, a 1 week ruse, it's like super cheap and super like what is pointless, I want to say. But if it's not, if it is ultimately them throwing in the towel, admitting well, those last 6 months were a waste of time. Sorry about that, everybody. You know, it kind of come out of it looking bad either way to me.
Fans don't give a shit anyway. I don't watch it.
Yeah,
in the old golf. Yeah.
Well, Levesque could come out and literally shit on their face and they'll go, yes, this is good actually. This is still better than AEW. AEW, Tony Khan wouldn't shit on your face.
Yeah, I know.
He's too good.
Little nerd.
Good.
He would be confident enough to shit on my face.
He's too busy spending his dad's money to shit on my face.
Ask Jimmy Corderas on Twitter there.
Yeah. Speaking of obviously not being mad about AEW, Cody Rhodes.
Speaking of him.
For some reason, when these quotes are going around, I thought they were on Hot Ones. I was like, Jesus Christ, Cody, fucking relax. Don't derail the chicken wing show with this. He had what was it? This was the Bill Simmons podcast, was it?
Yeah.
So he went on that. AEW came up, and I mean, the short version was that he acknowledged that, as people have speculated for a long time, I mean, his thing all along had kind of been, time to move on to a new territory, blah, blah, that whole new challenge, all the generic fucking Cody shit, the be the best, go, all that other stuff. Here he was kind of like, there was a little bit of disrespect, something about, not getting, credit or respect for being there to start it and all this other stuff. Basically, without getting into specifics, basically acknowledging that, yes, there was bad blood that spurred him to leave. And it was not just my work here is done. Time to go better myself in New York. What do we make of it? What do we make of it? I to be honest, I didn't really make too much of it because I kind of assumed this was the case anyway, and all this previous stuff was just bullshit.
Oh God, who knows? I think there is a sense of that. There is a sense of that. But I also think he saw a better opportunity.
Right.
I still feel that's true. Maybe it's a bit of both. But he's always been acknowledged as like one of the as the elite of the EVP, as the founder, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they ever, I don't know, maybe he wanted a badge. A special desk with his name on it or something.
Well, when I hear
wrestlers are like,
when I hear in sport or in wrestling disrespect, that means to me, or I interpret that as he didn't get enough money.
I mean, that is always
This kind of made me think of when Yaya Toure didn't get a birthday cake at Manchester City. I don't know if you ever heard that story.
Go on.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but was it that they didn't make enough fuss of his birthday or something? Yeah. And then, it's always a bit of that, I didn't,
Well, I think of Ashley Cole nearly crashing his car when he hears the offer that Arsenal made.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, of course, people have speculated about, similarly, you assume money, don't you? I mean, people have speculated because of the timing of things. Was it a thing of Punk came in, got presumably a gargantuan contract, and we still don't know, but everyone basically assumes some description of office role.
But he wants to have it both ways because he wants to not talk about it, but every time a little interview comes up, he has his little passive-aggressive moan.
Yeah, as a man who's on top of the world, he could also just not bother. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've main evented fucking WrestleMania. Yeah, and not only the main event WrestleMania, but he's not even one of those guys the company pushes but isn't really over. Like, he's really over. He's actually over. Like, he's actually the biggest star in wrestling. Yeah. I don't know why he gives a shit, but especially because when you go on these shows the WWE fans, another thing that makes me feel so alien in 2025, they actually don't want the dirt. They just want you to talk about how great WWE is and how much you love it. Yeah. They don't want you to get into the weeds on that other stuff. I mean, it's just bizarre, but
the fact that he's so obtuse about it is why he's going to continue to be asked about it until the end of time.
Yes. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the next thing he does That's the
whatever his reason was, if he had just come out in the first place and said, financially we couldn't come to terms, and WWE offered me a better deal, then he would never have been asked about it again. But there's no drama.
He doesn't want to say that.
There's no drama.
No, because then he sounds like a greedy prick, and people are like,
have you seen how he dresses? Like, he is one.
But like, he doesn't want WWE fans to be like, oh, I only came back for the money. So if he says it's about the money,
yeah, because it
has to be about I want to main event WrestleMania because I love WWE.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
That's what they want to hear.
They want to live in the fantasy world where when the commentators are screaming about moments, they go, that is what it's all about, isn't it?
But he could say that equally. He could say that. The problem is his half alluding to some kind of drama.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He'll continue to be asked about it, and every 6 months we'll have another one of these little drip feed Cody Rhodes stories where Brandy said this and Cody thought this. Like, surely he's happy in WWE. Like, what's just be quiet about?
Was that Meatloaf weighing in there? And I thought this, and Cody thought that. But it's all coming back to me. I'm the EVP.
I mean, the thing is,
don't sign Phil. Oh no, don't sign Phil.
We're AEW heads, of course, but like,
of course, yeah,
of course, he was fucking terrible his last year in AEW. Well, I don't say he was terrible, but everything he was involved in was awful.
Yeah, and people were trying to view it through this lens of, oh, it's kind of interesting. He's doing shades. It wasn't interesting. It wasn't fucking interesting.
No, his feud with Anthony Ogogo was not cracking telly, I'm afraid.
No, it wasn't. So yeah, that was interesting. He has progressively talked about it more and more as the years have gone by. So I would expect there'll be more to this, I'm sure. Anyway. Elsewhere on the news, Dustin Rhodes, after this week's collision, appears to be out for a while. He tweeted that the reports that he would be out for a while were not at work. I mean, obviously when a wrestler says that, you kind of go the opposite direction, but I mean, he's also in his 50s, surely banged up. Curious what the timeline for return would be.
Some sort of major surgery, he said.
Yes, non-specific.
So does that mean? Sorry, guys, I'm going to try and not cry here. Does that mean they need to vacate the Ring of Honor tag and trios belts?
I don't want to speculate on that, because you know what? We just
had Hogan last week. Let's not
do that now. I mean, did my Honor Club come out? I want to make sure it did. I'm going to check my bank account. Hang on. But yes, do love Dustin, joking about Ring of Honor aside.
Yeah, all the best.
So yeah, we will see what the timeline is for that closer to the time. Is the rumblings of Hikaru Shida coming back? I didn't see this. Did you put this in the news?
Yeah, whatever visa issues she was having are apparently...
Is that what she was having? That's unfortunate.
Sorted, and she's apparently back on US soil as we speak.
Wow.
Which is good timing, given that Tony was just talking the week about the injuries they had in the women's gauntlet.
And the women's tag titles. Apparently Tony's already got the belts made. He's just...
Yeah, that story came out like a couple of months ago. I didn't know if he ever confirmed that, but yeah, he said he has them.
He just wears them around the house. Which, to be fair, some right?
Yeah.
I was some promoted.
So yeah.
Women's division is cooking, by the way. We'll get to that later, but
yes.
Just got...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Big time.
So yeah, I think she'd be another good name to have there. Alrighty. Let's jump over to our features for the week, including a fantasy update.
Here we go.
Good thing you reminded me, right? Because I have actually not added your 5-star bonus.
No.
Hey,
for what?
Kyle Fletcher, Dustin Rhodes got 5 stars in the episode.
Oh, really? Very nice.
Which, I mean, we'll talk about...
It was good. It was good. I don't know if I would go that far.
I don't know if I liked it as much as Moxie Hanger from Dynamite, which got a lower score, but, you know.
5 five stars is mental. That's mental for that match. Great match. Great fucking match. But that is mental.
So our fancy update, Joe scored 12 points this week.
Solid.
Paul scored 0 points. And Barry,
Embarrassing.
just the 37 for Barry.
Just the 37. Just the 37.
And he doesn't even have Osprey about. What's going on?
Well, Kyle Fletcher with the win, the title win, and the 5-star bonus got 19 alone. He is now,
unless you're me, in which case you love it.
Yeah, Fletcher is now the 4th scoring wrestler in the company behind Hanger, Tony, and Osprey. So, Barry, a great second draft pick. I mean, Kyle Fletcher was still obviously on the up towards the end of last year. I know he just came off of a really good C2, but hell of a pick. He's having a great year.
I'm going to do some more tea leaf reading for you, Paul.
Okay.
To be honest. Because I do have a trade. So, I'm
trading out Hangman Page. Go on.
Yeah, no. So I'm keeping my two quote unquote injured boys. Osprey is obviously going to be on Forbidden Door. Omega, I don't know. He's still wait and see. He's not quite. He's wait and see. He's wait and see.
You are not under any pressure to take a quick decision with Omega.
No. And plus, also, even if he does, I'm keeping an eye on him though, because even if he's back soon, look, I don't think he's not going to be working Dynamite and Collision every week. I think that's kind of obvious where Omega's at right now.
Right.
However, reading the tea leaves, right? I am going to trade a nice little earner for myself out. Okay,
ooh.
Because I'm predicting where we're going.
Sure.
And I'm saying Mr. Shelty B out.
Shelty B out. My God. Okay.
You know, a good earner. He's had a good year for me. 86 so
very
far.
Good.
I see the Hurt Business possibly cooling off, so I think I'm maybe going to bounce, even though he is a champ still. And I'm buying some stock, much like Kyle Fletcher. Give me that Nick Wayne. I want that Nick Wayne in my group.
Very
I'm getting it on the ground floor on young Nick here. I feel like the second half of the year will be kind to him.
Are you sure you don't want to take Alex Reynolds instead?
I mean, I was eyeing him up, you know. I mean, if Dark was back, if Dark came back, there'd be a real case for it. But alas,
yeah, sounding like the Man United transfer. You sure you don't want?
Who was also suggesting Alex Reynolds?
Okay, and Shelty B out for Nick Wayne. Very good. Very good. I'm surprised Mox is still in the pool.
Yeah,
he's been losing for a while.
Possibly his kind of run of scoring.
I don't see him getting too many wins.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the top 10. He's kind of fallen 20 points behind now at this point.
Mm.
And I think they'll give him some more beating up jabronis to kind of regain his heat stuff. But I'm really curious where he goes for the rest of the year, because I don't see them really like that. This week was very much a kind of, all right, he's done and dusted in the world title scene. I think he has to move on.
Yeah.
What does he do? I don't really know. What
Darby will be initially, at least, but then after that,
I think Darby feud. Then Eddie Kingston comes back.
Yeah,
that's my prediction. Maybe,
and it'll be grudge matches for the next 6 months or 4 months.
So there you go. That's a fancy update. If some of my lads would like to, I don't know, wrestle, that'd be cool. I only had one person wrestle. It was Tony Storm, and she fucking lost. So, Hologram, your backstage segments are great, but get in the ring there, brother. Okay, we do have another edition of.
Here we go.
I keep having to try to remember how to pronounce this. Wordl-ow, which we started playing last week.
That's good pronunciation.
Yeah, Wordl-ow. It's Wordle.
It's just Wardlow with that O.
Well, it's Wordle with O at the end. So we have another wrestler here. To remind the listeners, it's basically Wordle rules. These guys will have to figure out who the mystery wrestler is. They have 6 guesses, and for each guess, I will tell them whether the age, build height, build weight, first letter of the name, and the TV debut year is up or down from what they've guessed. We no longer have the company. The company made it a bit too easy, so that's been removed. So you'll have a little bit more people to play with. Maybe take a couple more guesses, but so whoever you would like to start with, we can go ahead. And again, keep in mind, this is always an active wrestler.
Okay. I can't remember what we did last week, Joe, to start with.
I've forgotten everything, to be honest.
Yeah.
What was is it height, weight,
age? Age, television debut, height, weight, and we're still getting letter, aren't we?
And first letter. First letter.
Okay, so I think, Joe, we should go for... Let's go for someone kind of late 30s. That's kind of middle of the pack there, because you'll have your youngsters, you'll have your legends.
What about Kenny Omega?
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Because it's a K and he's pretty average height.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll take Kenny Omega as the first one. Okay, Kenny Omega is 41 years old. This wrestler, if he's looking good for 41. If I look that good when I'm 41, if I'm still alive when I'm 41, I'll be doing well. The wrestler in question is older than Kenny Omega. So that's a very good guess.
Interesting.
Kenny Omega's build height is 6 foot tall. On the dot. You've got a match. The person in question is also 6 foot tall.
Well, wrestling build 6'1". I mean, Adam Cole build 6'6".
Well, build 6 is what we're looking at here. 6 on the dot. Okay. Kenny Omega's build weight 229. The person in question is lighter than Kenny Omega.
Okay.
Let me just double check that on the Wikipedia. Yep, that is the case. Kenny Omega's first letter is a K. This letter we're looking for is earlier in the alphabet than K.
Earlier.
And Kenny Omega's TV debut year, I'm going to take as his... Kenny Omega. I'm going to say his debut TV year. I'm going to say Ring of Honor, 2008. Okay. The wrestler in question debuted before Kenny Omega. Got all that?
Yeah. Making notes here.
Okay. So you're looking at older than 41, 6 foot tall, lighter than 229, earlier in the alphabet than K, and earlier than 2008.
Okay.
Ooh, earlier than K is an interesting one. I think that's our best.
Yeah, okay.
Avenue. So we got someone who's like in the middle of A and K. That's what I'm thinking.
So someone from A and K who debuted before 08 and is older than 41.
So like Eric, Eddie Edwards, Eric Young, sticking at ease, and Enzo Amore.
Debut.
Are any of those people 6 foot?
No, and I don't know if any of them are active. Enzo was around, I guess he just showed up. Older than 41. Lighter than 229. And older than 41 is an interesting juxtapose.
What about... I know he's not 6 foot. Dax Howard. He's about... 5'8".
L. What about, we got any L's just before Kenny?
L's after K.
JKL. Oh, you're right. Wow. Okay.
Barry, you need to review your letterland, I think.
I do, yeah. Okay. Leaping Luchador at L. Okay. J. What about John Cena? He's not lighter than 229.
No. F. Who begins with F? Fred.
Phoenix. Ray Phoenix. Yeah.
Fandango. Is he 6 foot?
He seems like one of those pretty tall guys.
I'll remind you guys just of a little rule, just to keep in mind, is in terms of judging the name, I go by the title of the Wikipedia article. Some wrestlers have gone by multiple names, of course, right?
Okay.
Danny
Gunther.
I mean, it's got to be older than 41, so it's got to be someone fairly. It's a veteran.
And debuted on TV before 2008, so I'm not counting indies or any stuff like that. So someone on Raw or SmackDown or TNA or ROH before 08. And
what's the one beginning with C? Chris.
what was the earliest Claudio Castagnoli was on TV?
I mean, he's bigger than 6 foot, but he'd be an alright guess just to narrow down the.
Yeah, no, he definitely did, but he was so far after 2008 in terms of television debut.
Well,
I suppose Ring of Honor.
If you count Ring of Honor, it might have been around 2008, 2009, wasn't it? Maybe even before.
Yeah, fuck. You know what? We let's go with him just to get a range here.
We'll
go Claudio Castagnoli.
We're going Claudio. Okay, Claudio Castagnoli. Okay, let's have a look at Claudio. Claudio is 44.
Okay.
The rest that we're looking for is older than Claudio.
Ooh.
Claudio's 6'5". Well, obviously we know that we're looking for a 6-footer. Claudio's build weight 232. So heavier than Kenny Omega, so no good on that one. First letter is C, so we are looking for later in the alphabet. Ding, ding, ding. And I don't know whether it would be on TV or not, but here the Ring of Honor debut, whether it was a pay-per-view or TV or whatever, we'll just count it. Ring of Honor debut 2005 for Claudio. So that's an exact match, 2005. So we know we're looking for a wrestler older than 44, 6 foot tall, debuted on TV in 2005, and is lighter than 229, and they're between C and K in the alphabet.
Is it? Wow. Is it our old friend Phil Brooks?
That would be CM Punk, though, wouldn't it? His
C.
No, it's later. Later in the alphabet than C, he said, didn't it?
Yeah.
Did you say later than C or including C?
No, if you got it right, I would say it was a match.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's post C.
Because we said Claudio. So,
yeah.
Shit.
Okay. You were thinking, okay, what about... no, Drew's way heavier than this.
What about that? Oh, no, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, it'd be Bryan Danielson. Also, the weight is really throwing me. This person is 6 foot tall. Now, again, that's build, so that could be a farce. Lighter than 229.
Yeah, it could be 228, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, David in 2005, I think that's interesting. TV debut, 2005. So they're 6 foot, 2005. 2005.
No, that's not that. Doesn't make sense. 2000.
Dolph Ziggler.
Ooh.
Did he debut 2000? Oh no, Spirit Squad.
Spirit Squad,
maybe.
He could have been.
2006.
He was also on TV as what was Chavo's caddy.
All right.
In 05. I think is he older than 44? He might be actually.
It's going to be close. I would have thought
he could be 45. I can believe he's 45. Okay. Yeah. Fuck it. Wait, let's go. We're going to go Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler. Okay.
Or nickname, possibly, if his build on Wikipedia.
His Wikipedia is billed as Dolph Ziggler, so you're getting lucky with that one. Dolph Ziggler is 45. That is a match. So 45 is the correct age. Dolph Ziggler is billed at 6 foot tall. That's a match.
Okay.
Dolph Ziggler's build weight 218. So we are looking for someone lighter than 218.
Mm-hmm.
And Dolph Ziggler D, we are looking for later in the alphabet than D. Dolph Ziggler TV debut was 2005, which, as we know, is the correct year. So that was a very good guess. You have got 3 of the 5 categories exactly right. 45, 6 foot tall, 2005.
Okay,
lighter than 218.
Later, just 6 foot tall, lighter. We're possibly looking at a 200-pounder, maybe shorter. I'm trying to think of Dolph Ziggler's like class, like his era of guy. That OVW period.
It's not Kofi again, is it?
That'd be funny.
Imagine you just.
Who else is from around that period? Who's still going? Who's still like going? What about how?
You got 6 letters left to work with.
Okay, so we got DEF.
Not D. You know, it's later in the alphabet than D.
No.
Oh, sorry. EF. Yeah.
EFGHIJ.
Is there anything here with that would disqualify John Moxley? He had a match on Heat in 05, famously with the pink hair, the stupid pink hair.
He's not 45. He's like 39, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not. You're right.
He's definitely not 45. 45. They've got to be a bit of a.
Yeah, it's got to be something. I'm trying to think of like Raw mid carders from like the Dolph period who's still around.
Trying to think TNA, because I'm just thinking 45. Are they still going to be in WWE? There's not that many.
Yeah, people from 2005. Yeah, I can see that.
There's not many. Kofi and that's about it.
Okay, this is E for Eric Young.
Who else is it?
Could Eric Young be billed at 6 foot? He's lighter than 218.
Possibly.
2005, no. I feel like he would have been on TNA before 2005.
Yeah, wasn't he an early?
He's an early TNA guy, I think. EF, fucking G. Hardcore Holly.
Struggling here. It is. Eddie Kingston?
Let me see here. 45, 6 foot tall, lighter than 218. I don't think so.
What's his build weight?
TV debut 05. Yeah, I could see that. Trying to think. Any other Eddies? Any other E's?
Well, do we know if we got any F's that we could throw?
Yeah, I keep going back to F, but I can't think of anything.
Freddie, Frankie, Frank, Frodo,
Foot.
Fallow, Fam thing. Actually, we don't know it's a man, do we?
It's true, yeah, but I don't know any.
Well, they're 6 foot, 229 pounds. Probably not more than
an active 45-year-old who's 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Okay, AEW. There's got to be quite a few 45-year-olds.
Oh no, Billy Gunn would be later, and he's way taller than 6 foot.
Who the fuck is 45?
Lots of people. That's our problem, I think. I'm completely drawing a blank. Lighter 6 foot tall guys.
45.
They're screaming it at home, I'm sure.
45.
I'm trying to think of someone later, because I was thinking like we could just take a punt on Eric Young, but I was like, I want to go someone later than E to try and get a bit more of a window, narrow it down.
Yeah, we could just take someone we know it definitely isn't.
Yeah, like you could go like EO Sky for I, try and, yeah.
But is anyone else? Eel indeed.
Well, she was born in 2005, I don't think.
or a H? Who's a H? Come on, there must be a
There must be a
Henry,
H.
Hank, Harold, Harry,
Hangman at a
Harry
page.
Smith.
Harry Smith, yeah. Wait, what about no Mystical will be cut off? That's a shame. Okay. We could do Hechicero.
Just say Hechicero.
Hechicero.
Okay, we're going to Hechicero. Understanding that some of this information will not be available.
Yes, that's fine.
Hechicero. I mean, that's something for you to consider for future games, I guess. Hechicero's age is not a matter of public record. So we'll dash there. He is, we know the answer is 45, so we're not too concerned about that. Hechicero, 5'10". Wow.
Okay.
Build weight, 229. Exactly the same weight as Kenny
shit.
Omega. So that's no good. The letter, we're looking for later in the alphabet than a H. And he debuted in Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre in 2014.
Okay, so later than H, but earlier
It's
than
got to be a J. I think it's got to be a J, right? It's got to be
J. Okay.
John or Jack, Jeff. Not Jeff Hardy, because that's... No, before 2005. Jack Swagger, no. He's bigger than 6 foot.
Not Jack Perry, not John Cena, not
Jerry...
not Jerry
Jinder
Lynn.
Mahal. That's always Jinder Mahal.
Barry, you saw him recently. How big was he?
He was way bigger than 6 foot. I'm 6 foot. He towered over me. So definitely not Jinder.
Well, is that your shoot height?
That is my shoot height. I've had a doctor confirm it.
Is that in the same 3 minutes?
She was like, fucking hell, that's an extra 50 quid, brother.
Jimmy Uso.
Oh, very good.
They're not 45, are they?
They debuted 15 years ago on television. I don't think they're 45. I don't think they're 45. But,
I don't think so.
but it's
John, Jerry, Jamie, James Storm.
Is he active? I don't know what he's up to these days.
I don't know if he actually.
I don't think he is actually. God, Jack specific.
6 foot tall, lighter allegedly than 218.
I thought it was. Is it lighter than 218 or
No, lighter than 218. 2005. We know it's 2005 for sure. So right in the middle of that era. And an I or a J?
Jason
Derulo.
How tall is he? How much does this guy weigh?
What about Chibi Wang Yang? I don't know if he's active though. I don't think he is. He was light. You know.
Joe Samoa.
No, I was thinking Joe earlier, but no.
Joe. There's no other Joes in wrestling, to be fair.
Joe Hennig.
Currently active.
Joe.
Of course, when I say currently active, I mean signed to one of these promotions where they currently perform. In fact, I haven't been making it a formal criteria, but I'm probably going forward, and this does meet this criteria anyway. The Wikipedia page does say he or she is signed to where he or she performs under the ring name. So that is there.
Okay.
How many guesses have we got left?
You got two more.
We could burn one to. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're struggling here. So I mean, if we want
just to confirm that it's J, because I assume it is, because I can't think of it.
Yeah, if we go like John Cena, and then it's locked in as J, and I mean, we actually got quite a bit confirmed though. We've got we know the age, we know the debut year, we basically know the height. We know the height. And we know the debut year.
Less than 218.
Less than 218, man. Jack
Who's
Evans?
skinny?
Jack Evans?
Jay White? No.
He's not 45.
No.
Oh, he's younger than you.
I don't think Jack Evans is signed, and that would also be stretching the active.
Fucking Johnny.
Oh,
bollocks.
Johnny TV.
Yeah, Johnny, whatever his name
Oh,
is.
well
Johnny,
done. Yeah, let's go with that. Johnny TV.
Johnny Collision.
Johnny Collision. Yeah.
Johnny Honor.
Johnny not booked. Yeah.
We're looking up Johnny Collision here. Johnny Collision is 45.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Collision is build height 6 foot tall on the dot. Johnny Collision's build weight is 215 pounds.
Wow.
His name starts with the letter J, and he debuted on WWE TV in the year 2005. They got it! It's Johnny TV.
Wow. Whew. Well done, Joe. Great pull on Johnny Collision. Everyone's thinking about Johnny Collision these days, of course.
That's a tough one because
Yeah, John Morrison.
when was the last time you saw
He's
him?
obviously else.
Saw him.
I don't know. He's still signed to AEW. Performing under the name.
I know. I'm
Johnny
sure he's on Ring of Honor like every week. But
Yeah, let me go to the old fancy league, see what Johnny TV statistics are for this year. Johnny TV, where are you? He's had 2 matches this year in AEW. 2 televised matches. So there you go. So you got it in 5. So congratulations, guys.
very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
A little bit of a
Joe?
tougher one than Kofi Kingston, but
Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, he's well, and he's not someone we wouldn't know. It's just that he's not very,
I was thinking 2005 and 45. I mean, he is, as you said very earlier, of that like era, right? He's one of those guys in the mid 2000s. WWE who was mid card on Raw back in those days. Very good.
Alrighty.
Let's talk wrestling.
Let's talk wrestling. Let's talk. We had a great week of TV this week.
Oh hell yeah!
Back to
We're
full.
back.
Dynamite kicked off with the Young Bucks versus the Outrunners in the Tag Team Championship Eliminator Tournament. The Outrunners got their full entrance, and then the Young Bucks were already in the ring. Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks.
Oh, that was
a
great.
little bit.
And their opponent's already in the ring.
And the graphic said stat, talent, name, social media on it, which was a great bit. That is a great bit. Very, very good. Outrunners very over here in this Chicago ballroom.
Yeah.
I think they've recovered quite a bit from that Hurt Syndicate match that almost completely derailed their career. They had a really good match, I thought. Here, this was good fun. The Young Bucks in fine form as always.
They've been on a good run lately. They've been on a good run.
Yeah, look, they have not been slacking. They have not been slacking. So they picked up the win, of course, as you kind of knew they would. And they advance. What do we make of this opener here?
Really good. Like I say, Young Bucks are
Really good.
are back at it. I mean, there was a while there where I was kind of on the Young Bucks, but they've got me back around. Okada's selling in this segment, by the way, had me rolling in the aisles when he came out and then was getting punched around by the Outrunners and Swerve.
Yes, yeah. They did a big schmoz afterwards to set up the pick. Okada's really getting run off by Swerve at every single turn here in this build. Just in case you were wondering if Okada's winning at the pay-per-view, they're giving Swerve is getting his licks in nice and early here. I do not think he's dethroning Okada.
And they did make that match official here later tonight as well.
Yes, so that is happening. So the Forbidden Door card is starting to take shape, and it is just looking like an AEW show where there will be some people. I think there'll probably be some scrapples and 6-man tags and things with people. It does not seem like it's going to be a heavy cross promotional match, but who cares? We got Mark Briscoe confronted by Ricochet and the GOA. So there you go. MJF was backstage talking about being in the #1 movie in the world. Nobody takes those streaming numbers seriously, but when you're in the streaming game, I guess you have to, as AEW is. the Virgin MJF in Happy Gilmore, the Chad Cody Rhodes in The Naked Gun. So this was so bizarre, right? So MJF is backstage and he's like, whatever about last week, who cares? He knocks on the Hurt Syndicate's locker room. Benjamin opens the door. Says that Rolex, the famous Rolex from the segment, it was from Temu. He says, I know a Temu watch when I see one. And he gives him the thumbs down. He says, you're out. And he closes the door and that's the end of the segment. It's like, this was about as unceremonious as you could get for this like months-long angle they're doing. I was shocked. But he also mentioned in passing that that MVP rather wasn't there. So maybe they're going to do a proper big segment when MVP is back saying, oh, no, come on, let's make peace. But very odd, I thought. Just do this.
The whole thing has been very odd and very abrupt. Yeah. Very out of nowhere.
So I guess that is very much wait and see what happens with that. So we'll see when MVP is back. Christian Cage came out to follow up on the whole "go find yourself" thing. If they said the phrase "go find yourself" one more time in this fucking broadcast, you're gonna one of those wrestling things where they are just hammering that phrase so much. I think Ultra sell it on eBay for $5,000 rare Christian whiff in this segment.
I was gonna say I think Christian was the only person who didn't have a good week this.
Yeah, and how rare is that? I mean, this guy this is a Christian Cage podcast. We love this man. He's a pro's pro, so whenever he'd get lost, he would do, what was his line he kept using? I'm speaking on business or some shit like that.
I'm trying to conduct my business.
I'm trying to conduct my business. So he's got like a good stand-up comedian. He's got his little bits he does to kind of redirect himself, which is good, but he did that like 6 or 7 times because he kept forgetting what he was saying and stumbling over his words. I've seen people try and humor this idea that he's like conflicted and he's not as confident in himself. I just think he had a bad night.
No,
he's had a bad night.
He's rusty. He's been off.
What are they called now? Uncaged came out. The thrust of the promo, by the way, was that he says, I'm an asshole, but he still healed on the crowd. He healed on Copeland, so it was like, maybe I'm a bit of a dick, but I'm absolutely not embracing Copeland. So they're doing a little slow burn, which I think with a character like Christian, I think that's actually a good idea. I don't think he should just be Cope's buddy.
100%.
Had some lines about Shayna. Again, probably would have been better in a promo where he was a little bit more on his game. City disowned the kids. The kids came out with Shayna. They did a big scuffle, and it culminated in a quite terrible looking concerto.
It would have looked fine if they stayed on the camera angle they're on.
Yes, yeah. They shot it in the most business exposing way possible. So I guess Christian back off TV for another week or two to sell this, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah. FTR and the Young Bucks had a little powwow backstage. I mean, there's nothing I'd want less. As much as the Young Bucks are doing quite well at the moment, and FTR are on a hot streak, I hope to God that's not where this torn. I don't think it is. But yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, I can't really see where else it goes. That's the only problem. Like, I don't really want to see that. But
well, I think FTR wins, and I think especially after their performance on Collision, like you stick Brodito on there to have a great match and lose and get over in losing.
Yeah,
maybe. I think most people there, even the 4 men involved, would know, all right, Young Bucks and FTR is just not. It's one of your classic wrestling things of it was never as good as you wanted it to be. And I don't think FTR on the heel run of their lives versus the Young Bucks doing a cutesy heel down on their luck gimmick, I don't think that's going to be magic either, you know. We had our Moxley Page match here in the middle of the show. I guess doing the kind of kayfabe thing of there's no time limit on this, so it goes on in the middle of the show there, so they can hypothetically have the whole hour. They had a really good match. It was a straight match, you know, very tough, I'd say, to follow the mayhem and the violence of the pay-per-view with a straight match, but they worked hard and they had a great match, good intense match. Another, brilliant, as someone who was very down on Mox, I thought he was great in this match again. Really top notch. I was going to call this a nitpick of the week, but I actually don't think it is. I think it's bad territory to be in when they announce a match is going to be everyone banned from ringside, and you go, okay, well, I know what's happening. Then they're all going to run in. On Collision, they were kind of trying to justify like, oh, they never actually got in the ring, you know, but the distraction about the belts is like, fuck off. You could have, like, at this stage of Mox's career, he could have just lost. He could have just fucking. There's no need to do any antics. So that annoyed me. That did annoy me.
All the antics could have happened
paper-
after the match as well.
But also, the pay-per-view match was the big, oh my God, they don't respect the rules. It's mayhem. It's Texas Death, so they can get involved. And then here's Brian, here's everyone, here's Swerve, here's Darby. You did that. So I don't know if you needed to do a smaller version of it again. It was, yeah, and you could have done it after. You could have done it after. But nonetheless, a really good match. A really good match.
Tremendous match.
I was surprised it didn't get to 5, to be honest. I for me, this was a 5.
Really? Wow.
Would I go with 5 or an hour? I'll go 4s. I'll go 4s.
I don't know if I go 5, but it was certainly. I mean, as we've been saying for weeks now, pay-per-view quality stuff here just on TV.
Yeah.
I'll explain a little bit. Like I've been watching the G1, and the G1, ironically, hasn't been kind of scratching that itch for like what you would typically think of as like ultra stiff New Japan style.
Of course,
the New Japan style has almost been diluted a little bit with a more modern American style, if anything. Whereas here, they were just fucking hitting the fuck out of each other with stiff old punches and forearms and strikes, and I was loving it. So maybe that's why I was maybe rated a little bit higher than most.
But it was really great stuff, and it looks like Hanger will put Mox in the rear view mirror. There you go.
Yeah.
After that, we had Billy Starks and Athena versus Tony Storm and Alex Windsor, who got new music, I believe.
No more Mickey Mouse Windsor at the beginning.
I'm coming to help you, Tony. Tony Storm does Mongolian chops now, which is very funny.
She's been watching Great O'Khan in the G1.
I was going to say Great O'Khan, yeah. And it was good. It was a good match, solid match back and forth. Windsor, I think, is a nice little addition. Another person who I think, again, when they add these tag titles, I mean, she's going to benefit from there being another thing for the women to go for. I don't see her necessarily.
Windsor and Jamie Hayter tag team. Oh, don't mind.
Now we're talking. And yeah, she has that Hayter energy. She's got this kind of her strike. All her stuff looks great. She's like got these big, nice, like stiff kind of shots, and her offense looks really good. So yeah, enjoyed this match quite a bit. Had the rare Tony Storm loss this week, as Paul alluded to earlier in the past.
Yeah.
Lovely O-face finish there from Athena to get the pin. So building up that match, and again, as we mentioned earlier, confirmed that's happening at Forbidden Door. So that match would be top-notch business there.
Yeah.
Renee Pocket was backstage with Hanger, called MJF a coward. MJF showed up, they bantered, there you go.
Yeah, trying to get a match again. Hangman said, "You haven't earned it. If you, and it just kind of set up. If you beat Mark Briscoe, he might get a title shot from that. So I assume that's what's going to happen. Is he'll beat Briscoe, and he will get maybe Forbidden Door, Hangman MJF for the title.
It's a bit silly though with the contract. Like
it is.
It's a title shot.
It's kind of the thing that people
now he's trying to get number.
It's the thing that people have talked about for a while about what if like the number one contender won the Royal Rumble or something, or won Money in the Bank. Someone who already has a title match would then win kind of a backup title match. It's never really happened for the reasons that it's a bit stupid. So, I mean, let's see what happens here.
Willow got a promo on Tekla. This was really fun. She said, "Triangle of Madness. I'm the trapezoid of Grapazoid." This is great. Very few people on this planet could make that line work.
Yes.
Willow.
We love Willow. She's facing Tekla on Collige.
And Tony Khan allegedly, I would love to hear this audio recording, said, "Damn girl, you want to get crazy chai style?"
Oh dear. We got Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe, which of course was a good feud earlier in the year. Really good fun here. I mean, look, two lads on top form at the moment. The GOA were out there. constantly interfering. Ricochet making good use of his new voice. They wear like they dress like Ricochet now. It's probably the easiest way to describe it. Oh, we lose Paul.
We lost you for a second,
Oh shit.
and then Paul.
Well, this is all recording, so Paul can stitch it. There he
Here he
is.
comes.
All right, we're all here and everything's recording, so jot that down. All right, I'll start again from the top on that match. Mark Briscoe defeated Ricochet. They had a feud earlier in the year that was good fun. This was another really fun match. Two lads on top form. GOA interfering a lot in this one. They now dress like Ricochet to fit the vibe. I think it's good. I think this unit's a good little fit. I think this is a good.
It's better than those other two jabronis, the Andretti and thingy.
Yeah, I suppose they should be muscles, shouldn't they? I mean, that's
Yeah, they're bigger than him. You shouldn't be bigger than your backup.
yes, exactly. Yeah, Sean towering over Diesel. Mark won with the Jay Driller, despite all the interference.
Yeah.
After the match, he gets on the mic, and this is the greatest promo in wrestling. This man, let me tell you, right? Because he starts talking about how I'm really worried about wrestling MJF. Because my brother's up in heaven and I can't wait to see him again. But basically, he was like, I might kill MJF and go to hell. And so I'll never see my brother again. Which was the greatest line anyone has ever put into a promo. This is really top notch. Cuts this promo on really great stuff. Crowd gets all fired up. MJF came out. He didn't come out. Sorry, he was doing his video board stuff and said, just because you're getting all serious doesn't mean I have to take you seriously. And did you see this coming? Was his big punchline, and out he comes. The video was pre-recorded and he's beating the shit out of Briscoe.
Briscoe.
His new thing is now he has a shirt that says MJF did nothing wrong, so he's kind of aping the Hangman stuff, which is cute. Hanger came out for the save, and that was that kind of a weird segment to close the show. But again, they did the title match early. But it was,
what do we think of that, by the way? Doing the title match in the middle. Why not
that.
open? Why not open with it rather than?
I don't know.
I suppose. I mean, the boring answer is probably that the top of the hour segment is like the most important one ratings wise.
This is why I always think it's just watching wrestling, watching it after the fact now. You just have this all the time. We talked about this before, like why is the biggest match at the start or in the middle? And it's just the TV ratings. It makes sense.
Sure.
It's funny because Tony did an interview with some guy and they were talking about, he was asking him about the kind of Von Erich beating Ric Flair in world class episode of TV and asking Tony what his favorite episodes of TV were. It's kind of interesting because we don't really get that anymore. But you spend the whole of an episode building up to some big thing because they put the main event at the start or in the middle.
Yeah.
And then the second half of the show is just whatever. So you don't really get that. It made me think about, Mick Foley winning the world title from The Rock.
Yeah.
Right.
And how that whole episode played out. He took Shane hostage. He got the title shot. DX were there. Shawn Michaels retained. Like that whole thing would not happen now because they'd have put Mankind versus Rock in the first segment because that's where it'd be. Yeah. Anyway. Good Dynamite.
Yeah, back to form there this week. Really enjoy it. This is Collision was the end of the residency, was it, I believe?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to
Philadelphia.
Are they? Okay, yeah. Is that next?
I thought it was.
A couple of weeks.
I think that's in a few weeks. They're doing Moxley's hometown, I think, next week or the week after.
Oh, you're right.
And then Hangerstown. It's Moxley and Hanger's hometowns in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then they're doing, the EC Dub Arena, which they announced ages ago, and NXT is going there also soon, which is interesting. Anyway, Collision was a rare must-watch collision. Well, not rare, I suppose that's harsh, but it was an actual real deal must-watch collision this week, I thought. There was buzz for the main event. I watched the whole thing. I thought it was really good. You boys watch it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll run through it here quickly because I know we got a time limit here. Moxie called out Darby. Darby was there. They're going to have a match at some point. They didn't say when. All right, good. Right. It was very.
That was basically it.
That was being very
it was
careful.
5 minutes. It was a 5 minutes.
I tell you what, nitpick of the week. I think we need to get back to opening with a match on these shows. I think we're doing a little bit too much Monday Night Raw on these shows coming out, and I'm the champion. And well, wait, whose music is that? Oh, MJF. Too much of that. Too much of that. Got another tournament match. Brodido defeated Gates of Agony in a super TV match. Onto a winner with this team, I think. Brody and Bandito, two chaps that I think are very over. Contribute a lot to the show, but realistically, you're not slotting them in anywhere else, are you? Other than they're not in world title contention. I think tag division. We're beefing up the tag division again. The three of us lamented the tag division last year.
Yes.
Yeah. Fleshing it out. We got Jet Speed, we got FTR, we got Brodido, Gates of Agony. I think we're doing well here.
We're doing okay. I mean, I like that they're so different, but they do a lot of the same moves. They hit the simultaneous dives. I love the finish with the monkey flip into a 450.
Oh, so cool.
Really great. So we need to get Brody a bandana to put on for when he comes out.
A bandana over his
balaclava.
Balaclava, that'd be pretty cool. With the hat as well, the cowboy hat. Baladanda. Now we're talking. So they advanced. So so I feel like I could see them and FTR in the finals, but we'll see.
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don Callis was bantering with Shane Taylor backstage. Shane Taylor was like, "You owe me money." Don Callis was like, "All right, we'll do double or nothing. Why don't you take out Skyflight, that team we all know and love?" Later on in the show, so they went along with that. The conglomeration did a promo. It was fine. They're I'm not up to date on my conglomeration lore. Roderick Strong was uneasy about the rest of them. I don't know what that's about.
But he's never.
I think
he's never been in the.
He's not technically in the conglomeration.
Oh, sorry.
Conglomeration adjacent, and he's sort of being convinced.
Yeah, I like Kyle O'Reilly showing a bit of his Hey EW personality here.
Yeah,
he's very funny.
He's a goofball.
He's super funny. Yeah.
Death Riders were searching for Darby Allin. He did the classic. Wrestling loves doing the wrestler comes behind another wrestler with a chloroform rag. Haven't seen one of them in a couple of years, but they were in the bowels of the arena looking for him, and a bunch of them went behind the door. Darby slammed the door shut and isolated Mox and knocked him out basically. So it was a bit wacky, this stuff. They found another big tall lady to fight Chris Statlander.
She was even taller than her.
I wish this was twice as long, this match, honestly. I was like, this is fucking great.
Why was this such a short match? Because there was a bit of buzz about this woman. What's her name?
Lena Cross is the lady's name.
Lena Cross. She was Australian, and there was a bit of buzz that she's signing with TNA.
That's what, yeah.
On the subreddit, and then suddenly she was on Collision, getting basically squashed. So I don't know what that means.
Yeah, very odd. Because it was very brief, but it was good. The brief action they had was good. Cross is
she's big,
tall, muscular, very pretty, and super solid for the 3 minutes they had.
She's bigger than Bane.
She's big. Yeah. I mean, are we building a ladies' hoss division? I mean, I'm fucking down with that. Are we building a tall girls division?
Give Cross the hoss.
Give Cross the hoss. But yeah, this was fun. And so we're continuing our Stat Willow thing where Stat is walking up the ramp very confident after squashing Cross. Willow's music hits, she comes down and she's dancing, and they kind of don't really interact, despite the fact that Statlander is obviously annoyed that Willow interrupted her. We got Willow versus Tekla. I love this new entrance they're doing for Tekla and the Triangle of Madness, where they first of all, this building is really cool. They've had some creative entrances. They had Claudio standing with the statues last week. That was cool. This week, the Triangle are walking down the stairs, but the camera is upside down, so it's like they're walking on the roof and then turns around. That was cool. They're doing little things here. I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I think this is a good move for Heart and Blue.
Yeah, I love this faction.
I think this is really cool.
Better. This is an evolution of the spooky shit into more of a kind of, it's less spooky, it's more devious.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've got unfortunately, because we're big Julia boosters on this show, post injury, unfortunately, it has not been working for me, unfortunately, for Julia. I think it's a classic case of just the injury I think has stifled her a little bit. So I think put her in there with Tekla, make them a unit, a little bit of an aura boost. Tekla's kind of your match haver because she's really, really good. Her and Nightingale had a really fun match. Good little back and forth. And what was the conclusion of this match here?
Tekla won.
Tekla won, which Tekla, I think a little bit of an upset, maybe. Spear and a stomp to get the 3 after the distraction. She knocked hard and blew off the apron, and then Tekla spear. So there you go. We then got 800 women running out. After
you're doing them a disservice there, Barry, because this was great.
This was really good. Yeah, the triangle.
I think it's a testament to what they've done with the women's division, because I kind of popped for all of these entrances. Megan Bain and what's the face, Penelope Ford, tremendous.
Yeah, because it's funny because they acted like they didn't know what was going to happen, and then the heels said, "Yeah, let's get her. Yeah, kick her. Yeah, let's go get." Because they were like, why is Megan coming down here?" Then she joined in the beatdown.
And then Aminata coming out the chair. Oh my god!
Yes, yeah, and then. So the baby faces came down to run off all the heel women because Bane was getting ready to give Willow a powerbomb, and so you get your Aminata backed up by Mello and Jay, and also the conglomeration came down, and it was just a funny visual as the mayhem was unfolding. You just had Tomohiro Ishii surrounded by all these very tall women. He's surrounded by like Aminata, Megan Bain, all these like tall ladies towering over him. It was just so funny. It was a great visual. But yeah, this is a good statement. This is another women's division kind of flexing on everyone at the moment.
Are we doing a women's blood and guts this year?
That would be fucking great. That would be fucking great, especially because
that'd be brilliant.
But also, wait, haven't we already? We're past that this year, aren't we? Or are we not? I've forgotten. Did we do?
We haven't had one.
You know what? That feels very natural. If they do that, I hope they don't do a men's one. There doesn't seem like an obvious men's one here.
Exactly. Just do one
in this post Death Riders kind of world, which is what we're kind of in now. Don't do the WWE thing where you do 2. It's just
agree, 100%.
Yeah. So I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Get Tekla and Aminata in there, beating the shit out of each other, but like dragging the blade as well.
Dragging the blade and fucking hitting each other with nail boards, shooting each other with fire guns.
My stars out, baby. That's the cat nose.
No, but no weapons, just a proper war games.
Proper beating, just fists.
Yeah, no flips, just fists.
Fists and blood, please.
We got Billy Gunn and Anthony Bowens backstage, and the payoff this was the payoff was very good though. Billy Gunn said he was going home. I was like, great, good, okay, good, yeah. Feel free to stop off by New York on your way there.
WWE, okay, bye.
God, and like, but I mean, they must be turning Bowens heel because he was such a whiny arsehole in this segment. So I feel like that's where they're going. But anyway, Swerve had a promo making it a fish for Forbidden Door with Okada, so that was good. FTR defeated the Bang Bang Gang, which is Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn. They got 2 cardboard guys now because so many of their team are injured. This Juice look, he came out with like these like Mr. Blobby hot pants. I don't know what the design was on his hot pants, but also he's wearing the plain black tights and the black tank top. He's got the shaved beard. Oh my god. I don't know what was going on here. But I still could see him. This match was fun, you know. I mean, the quality of a lot of this stuff, bell to bell, was just really, really good. It was just a rock solid wrestling show,
for sure.
Yeah.
So FTR won, of course. Poor old Danny Garcia was on commentary, and
was he?
Ooh, bebe. That's a chap who could use, I think, a little bit of a reset. I don't know. We've stalled, to say the least, on poor old DG.
Put him in Uncaged.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Him and Mama Wayne. The new dad.
Kip Sabian's backup.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the most stilted performance since like Mox was on the Steve Austin podcast.
Oh God, yeah.
McGinnis, like, do you want to give us anything here, brother? Want to do a promo? Want to do something? No?
Yeah, they were really trying with him as well, which was, that was kind of, What else did we get here? We got Roosh answering.
Oh my God.
Max Caster
The
challenge.
kick at the end of this match, get the Hearns kick. My God. Max Caster's head nearly came off like a Pez dispenser.
The psychology for this one is so hilarious because the bit obviously is that Max comes out and he's like, "Can you survive 5 minutes with me?" And everyone beats him instantly. And then like the gimmick of this one was that the 5 minutes elapsed, but of course, like the joke was that Caster survived really because he was getting his ass kicked the entire time. But like Roosh could have pinned him. Roosh was picking him up from the pin multiple times. Very wacky, very, very fucking wacky. And Roosh is just killing this fucking guy.
This also doesn't affect any of us in the fantasy, but I will make mention. Cage Match had this listed as a time limit draw, but given the nature of the challenge, I did give Roosh the win here because he did survive 5 with the best wrestler alive.
No, but now the AEW website described. But again, this is what I'm saying about like because this is a tale as old as time. You know the time. The AEW website says in all caps, Max Caster has survived the 5 minutes, which I get what they're saying because that's obviously
that's the reality.
The reality of the situation. But the bit is that the other person is the one with the challenge. Correct. So I don't know. It's very, very odd. I mean, so
I gave Roosh the 4 on that.
Yeah, that is technically a Roosh win because in Max Caster's head, that's what the open challenge is supposed to be.
Yeah.
We got the aforementioned Skyflight versus Shane Taylor Promotions. I mean, this was nothing much. I'm not saying it's already over for Scorpio Sky, but you know,
he had a nice looking TKO.
No, he did. Scorpio Sky is very athletic. That's never been the problem. But he's already facing Shane Taylor Promotions on Collision
with Top Flight.
With Top Flight in a very short match. You know, so we'll see. Darby Allin tried to murder John Moxley, throwing him like onto a train track or something. That was the payoff.
It was off a fire escape.
Off a fire escape. Something over. That was a bit wacky. I have to imagine whatever their eventual match will be some variety of chaotic.
My headcanon is that he was just sending him a message. He wasn't actually trying to murder him. That's because that was a bit silly.
Yeah, it was. And then we got the street fight we alluded to earlier. Kyle Fletcher defeating Dustin Rhodes to become the new TNT champion. A 5-boy in the wrestling.
Dustin Rhodes' second AEW 5-star match.
Yes, yeah, one of the most acclaimed wrestlers on that roster. I think it's fair to say. This was excellent. They was violent. They beat the shit out of each other. Dustin got the cowbell and the cow rope out at one point.
Yeah. He loudly at one point said to Kyle Fletcher, "Hit me with the bell." Yes,
Fletcher was whipping him with the rope. He's like, "Hit me with the bell." Also, for those of you in America who didn't see this on Fight, Fletcher he was working over Rhodes' leg and he had him in a crab, and Dustin got to the ropes. This was during a break, and the ref was like, "Nope, it's no DQ. I can't make him break the hold." And so they sat there, and then they sat there, and then Dustin Rhodes goes, "Get him off," and Fletcher drops the hold and poses the crowd. And the commentary tried to cover by like, "Oh, Fletcher's energy depleting there," realizing Dustin wasn't going to tap. But it was just like, okay, that was a little bit awkward. But they did all kinds of crazy stuff. They did fucking top rope Canadian Destroyer. Yeah. Shattered Dreams with the thumbtacks and the ghoulies.
Very funny Don Callis call on that one.
Yeah, and Fletcher scrambling to get the thumbtacks away from his willy before the kick hit. That was good. And then the big finish was Fletcher stabbing Rhodes in the knee with the screwdriver. Yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff here. Iron Claw with thumbtacks, all kinds of wild stuff.
Yeah, very creative.
And very creative, very violent. Honestly, a much better crowning moment for Fletcher than like beating Adam Cole at All In would have been. You know, it's certainly better than winning that 4-way would have been. You know,
yes, agree.
So there you go.
Good week of TV.
Good ass week of TV there. Alrighty. And now I know we're up against it time-wise here on this show, so
we have time. We have 20 minutes. We're okay.
Okay, but we've all seen The Naked Gun, right, from Movie Guff.
Yeah.
So why don't we kick things off by talking about that? Paul, what did you make of it?
Oh, very funny. Very funny. Maybe the most I've laughed. I mean, look, this comedy is right up my alley. I was brought up as a kid on the original Naked Guns, so I'm very much into this type of comedy. Maybe the most I've laughed in the cinema since Jackass Forever.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, like I said earlier, the tears were flowing. I was belly laughing out loud. The cinema overall didn't seem quite so aligned, but like I said, our row was a lot of laughs coming from our row. One thing I liked a lot about it is that they didn't, as far as legacy sequels go, this didn't feel too much like they were just playing the hits. There wasn't a lot of, reused jokes from the originals at all. It was 99% brand new stuff. So it didn't feel so much as a soft reboot as much as an actual fourth movie in the series. Liam Neeson took a little bit to get used to, but I thought he did a pretty damn good job. I don't think he has the inherent kind of goofy likability of a Leslie Nielsen, but I thought he was okay. So yeah, I mean, I was pretty fond of it. I think it kind of nailed the brief in terms of what a modern Naked Gun sequel was setting out to achieve. And my expectations for this were super low. And so I was really, really pleasantly pleased with it.
How about you, Joe?
I was pleasantly disappointed, to be honest. So I was fond of it, and I did enjoy it overall, but I just didn't laugh that much, to be honest. I had some chuckles. I definitely had some chuckles and some giggles and some smirks, but there was no point at which I was barely laughing or anything.
Okay.
To be honest, I was kind of expecting a bit more, but I like some of it. I like the attempt, and I like that it kind of was different. It didn't try to just ape completely the originals. It did try to do a bit different. One issue I had with it is it's a spoof. It's still very much a kind of spoof in the spirit of Naked Gun, but
right.
What was it spoofing exactly? Because Naked Gun was spoofing 1950s detective kind of movies. She blew in like a bad smell. They do that very thing with Pamela Anderson.
Yeah,
and no one's made any of those movies or shows in a long time. I feel like if you're going to do a spoof, it didn't send up any kind of modern.
There was elements of Mission Impossible stuff. There was one direct Mission Impossible Fallout scene that was parodied,
but it wasn't. Yeah, I thought I could have done that, but yeah, I kind of liked it. Liam Neeson. People always say about Leslie Nielsen that he was actually a dramatic actor before. That's why he was so good, because he was a proper actor, and then he did comedy. And I'm like, well, he was a really good comedy actor.
Yeah, he was also.
I know he did serious. He was funny because he's a great comedy actor. He didn't just doing deadpan. Isn't just not reacting to things. It's much more than that. It's doing it in a very funny way. I agree. And I don't think Liam Neeson's quite doing that, although I did quite enjoy him, but he's not a great comic actor. So I give it, it's a 3-star for me. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I think I went
enjoyed it, but it just didn't hit me. If it made me laugh 4 or 5 times, I would have absolutely said it hit the nail. I thought Pamela Anderson was great. She was actually probably the best. Yeah, because she's a very good comedy actress, very funny, and she knew exactly what to do. She was great. Second best, obviously, Cody Rhodes as the barman. What a performance! I'll be
second best wrestler in the movie.
Yeah.
Because when the other one, we won't spoil, obviously, the other one showed up, I was basically standing and saluting.
I loved it. I couldn't remember ever watching the original Naked Guns. I'd seen so many bits over the years, but I watched the first one before I saw this one, which is great, by the way. Obviously, it's still great, works well today. This one, it was really fantastic. It had the things you'd want, which is lots of jokes. They're firing them at you, and I thought the ratio was quite high of successes. But also, I was kind of watching this and I was going, man, it's just, there's so few of these things. I was kind of so few comedies where there's no hyphen and then it's another genre as well. Do you know what I mean? It's everything's an action comedy. Another upshot of kind of Marvel is those movies. Every movie now has that comedy in it, but there's so few movies that are simply just a comedy full stop. It's so rare these days.
Yeah, it's all the Fall Guy and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, what's another movie like this that I've seen in the last couple of years in terms of its sheer, like, bang, 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 joke. Its primary thing is just every second of the film it's trying to make you laugh. And the only thing I could think of was Hundreds of Beavers, which was a film made for, like, 50,000 quid that got, like, indie buzz. Other than that, I mean, I couldn't... So few comedies these days like operate on like, weird like cartoon logic the way this one does. That's just not a thing anymore. So I really enjoyed it, and I really hope that it inspires a lot of similar films to be made.
I think we'll get a sequel or two, I'm sure as well.
I'm sure. Yeah. And this was the Lonely Island guy, right? This is
Akiva Schaffer. Yeah.
Akiva Schaffer, yeah. So
I mean, that's the thing is when I saw like Seth MacFarlane was involved, I in a sense shivered down my spine. Yeah. But it's very un-MacFarlane in its kind of comedy.
Yeah.
No, of course, yeah. Didn't I wonder? Because the other thing as well is that there really was. I think Joe mentioned as well. There really wasn't too much kind of referential stuff. Certainly not to the original. There's some in there.
Well, one of them is one of the ones that made me laugh, which was the Miranda rights joke.
Yes,
all right. No, Carrie rights.
Yeah. So thumbs up on that. Yeah. So, see anything else, lads, this week? Do you want us to talk about?
I watched a film called Sacramento, an indie film with Michael Cera as the kind of lead. Which was very good. It was very good. It's about it's kind of a road trip movie. It reminded me a little bit of Sideways.
Nice.
So it stars a guy called Michael Angarano, who's he's been around in quite a few sort of different comedies. But it's him, Michael Cera, Maya Erskine from Pen 15, and then Kristen Stewart plays Michael Cera's wife in quite a funny role because it's very small. But I think she used to date Michael Angarano, so that's where the connection is.
Okay.
Because otherwise it's such a small role for such a great actress, but she's really good in it. And then speaking of wrestlers, AJ Mendez pops up as a
really
character, and actually definitely better than Cody Rhodes in Naked Gun.
Okay.
I'd say that she was pretty good. Yeah, I would check that out. It's on Now TV. It's just kind of 85 minutes sort of little indie comedy, but a little bit of heart, quite funny. Michael Cera's really good. I think it's a shame he hasn't been in kind of more stuff, but maybe he's having a bit of a resurgence.
I think he is. Yeah, he's in that Running Man.
Yeah, he's really good. So it was good.
I watched a load of films this week. I'll just very quickly buzz through them here. I watched Drop, the latest from Christopher Landon. He of Freaky and Happy Death Day. Yeah. Pivoting away a little bit from the horror comedies, and this is a bit more of a straight thriller. There's a comic relief character in it, but I was kind of pleasantly surprised by this is a good film, not an amazing film, but I was kind of pleasantly surprised at him going like, all right, I'm going to do something different. His last two films were like, what if Groundhog Day was a horror? And then his next one was, what if Freaky Friday was also a horror? Whereas now this is like an original thing.
Yeah,
it's all right. One thing I think about all these films is, I mean, I think this released theatrical. I'm not sure. All these movies look like Netflix movies. I mean, they all look like cheap. They look like exactly what you think about bad modern movies look like, and this one kind of does as well. It's kind of also one of the funniest shooting one location as another locations I've ever seen. It's shot in Dublin, and there's a bunch of street shots in Dublin City. And they like allege that's set in Chicago. This is the fakest Chicago you've ever seen in your life. It's so completely farcical, but the movie itself was all right. If you like this previous stuff, you might enjoy this. It's less comedic, but it's good. I watched a little known British film from about a decade and a half ago called Triangle. Also very humorously fake. Shooting one location for another. It's supposed to be set in Florida. It stars Liam Hemsworth and a bunch of other people from Home and Away with Australian accents, and like they drive past a sign that says Florida once, and it's otherwise completely unconvincing that it is not set in Australia and made by a bunch of Brits. This is a really good movie. This is one I had kind of heard a little bit of buzz about over the years. I would recommend people. First of all, I would recommend it. I would second of all recommend people go in without looking up too much about it. It's one of those. I think you'd best experience it. I like that. You've got a kind of stressed out single mother protagonist. She goes on a sailboat with a friend of hers and a bunch of his friends to kind of blow off some steam. A storm comes their way and capsizes the ship. They all survive, but then a mystery abounds, and I would not say any more beyond that. It's very much a go in blind. A little rough around the edges, but very ambitious, and I think it nails what it's going for. In Lewis issues, Triangle, that was called in 2009. Really good. Then I don't know why I decided to watch this. I kind of realized recently that I haven't watched very much Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know who I was talking to about Jean-Claude Van Damme that made me say, I want to watch some Jean-Claude Van Damme. But I watched Hard Target from 1994, directed by Mr. John Woo. And this is, I mean, if this is not the most show me what action movies used to be like film you've ever seen in your life. I mean, the Van Damme comparisons to Arnie are numerous here, because he's got that similar thing where he's kind of crap, but he also just has unbelievable charisma and aura. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter at all. It's set in New Orleans. They're trying to pass him off as Cajun with that accent. It's absolutely ridiculous. He has a Caucasian mentor. His name is Chance. And so he's like, oh, Chance, I haven't seen you in so long, boy. And it's like, yes, hello. I haven't seen you in a while either. You know, it's just so ridiculous.
The good times roll.
But I thought Hard Target was really, really, really great. It's prime Woo. You've got your slow motion. You've got stuff blowing up every second scene. It's all, it's classic. It's squibs. It's practical effects. It's dirt flying everywhere. It's action that feels funky and real. Even as preposterous as John Woo action gets, there's an inherent grit to action of this era, because they're really blowing stuff up. And I would love to know, I mean, some of the stunts are so absurd. There's like a motorbike scene where I'm just like, how are you doing that? Because it really looks like that's Jean-Claude Van Damme doing all this mad shit. It's really great. I would say it's some classic 90s machismo. I would definitely recommend it. Up there with the other great Woo films I've seen. So yeah, thumbs up on Hard Target. And then I also watched The Chaperone, which I won't waste any time talking about it. The dreadful Paul Levesque movie from 2011 with Ariel Winter. Absolutely awful. And surprisingly not awful. I also watched No Holds Barred, starring the late Hulkster, which, I mean, it was no Hard Target, but a similarly kind of boneheaded, stupid, sort of cheesy B movie, unintentionally, I would imagine, but so ridiculous, so over the top. Hogan is dreadful in an amusing way. I would actually say No Holds Barred is worth a watch if you know what you're getting into. It's very, very dumb, but
it is an actual movie. That's the thing. You'd think looking at it, it's like a wrestling thing, but it feels like an actual film.
Yeah.
It's a bad.
It's a bad sort of tasteless action movie, but it's perfectly watchable with some laughs. Unlike The Chaperone and those other WWE Studios movies, which all feel like tax dodges. Yeah. So watched a lot of movies this week. That's me. You want to do telly?
Please, let's go for it.
All right. I wrapped up Andor season 2, which obviously we talked about last week. Great it is. I thought the ending was really good. They stuck the landing. I thought they could have had some. It was a little bit less bombastic than I was expecting, but I kind of liked that. When the credits were rolling, I was like, they held their punches. They didn't go for any cheap pops. I thought it was quite well done. Similarly well done. Season 8 of Rick and Morty, done and dusted. Finale was really good. One of their more kind of character-driven episodes, a Rick and Beth episode that I really enjoyed. Overall, the season was a very, very, very solid thumbs up.
Nice.
So nice to see that show back on its feet somewhat. What about you boys? What was the telly this week?
Well, Taskmaster season 15 done.
Nice.
I think one of the weaker ones. Again, this is the Frankie Boyle, Ivo Graham, Mae Martin season. I just never felt like the group fully. There's a little bit of a bromance between Ivo Graham and Frankie Boyle, but I just thought, I don't know. The group never really did it for me. Started season 16. I've only watched one episode of season 16. Already liking it more than season 15. This is the Julian Clary,
right?
Sue Perkins,
She's good.
Whoever.
And the other Susan.
The other Susan.
Yeah.
Whoever else is on that season. I don't know, just whatever. You've got, what's the guy's name? The kind of the little weird fella. Sam Campbell, Lucy Beaumont. Yeah. Very, very, very into it off the bat. So season 16, hopes are high for it. But
since the 19 finished, we've been rewatching from the beginning, and we're already on season 9.
Okay.
The last like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're about to hit the COVID years, which again, I kind of have a soft spot for them because I like how intimate the kind of studio sections are because it's just them. There's no crowd, so it feels like a little bit less performative, which I like about it. I think Johnny Vegas is just great value on that as well. Look at you, get to watch season 12 again as well. One of my favorites with Guz Khan, Morgana Robinson, Victoria Coen Mitchell. I mean, one of the best ones. Victoria Coen Mitchell learning to ride a bike. Always a good. And then in terms of games, I'll just let you know that I did finish Clair Obscur.
Excellent.
Roll les credits.
The credits, they say in France, and the fake France of the game.
Yeah, in Lumiere. Really, really loved it. Probably, I mean, God, I'm on a string of bangers lately. So I've played like Celeste, the Oblivion remake, Clair Obscur.
Oh, hell yeah.
What else have I played? What did I play before? Tony Hawk's quite good as well.
Tony Hawk,
I'm on a string of really good games, but I mean, I think Expedition 33 is probably my favorite of the year so far. And I have 2 bangers to come because I've started also Death Stranding, and after Death Stranding, I'm going to be playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. So the streak continues.
That is a great run. That is a great run. I'm with you on Clair Obscur. I think it's my favorite game of the year so far.
I mean, I can beep it out, so I'll just say the swell of music. The hair went up on the arms. I'll say that much.
Every single time there's a big fight in that game and like a new song kicks in, you're like, oh God. I mean, it's one of the best soundtracks ever. It is one of the best soundtracks ever. So confidently for me on that echelon. I would just quickly go on.
Yeah, just to steal a line from video game Donkey, from his Donkey Kong Country video. I'll say, one of the best soundtracks of all time. The graphics and gameplay are good too.
Yeah. I just quickly mention something a little bit different about fantasy. I started Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance. Nice. I don't know why. I just kind of felt like playing a Metroid game, and I wanted to play. I was in the mood to play some GBA. Yeah, it's funny because I remember once upon a time handheld gaming used to be about kind of like shorter, more bite-sized experience. Like you put this game up and like within like 2 minutes, like, all right, here's your first ability, and here you got the morph ball now, and go. It's like it's still got all the cool Metroid atmosphere and stuff, but they pretty much waste no time because again, this is back then a little handheld game was designed with the mindset you'd be playing it like on the bus very briefly. And stuff like that. It's cool. I'm really liking it. The vibes are great. GBA games are cool.
Did you play Metroid Zero Mission ever?
No, I played very little Metroid. I played Dread.
Oh, of course, Dread.
And I have various times over the years I've played the original. I've never gotten very far in the original.
Zero Mission is a remake of the NES Metroid. I think it's the stronger of the GBA Metroid games. I like Fusion as well, but I think Zero Mission is a bit easier to get to grips. Fusion gets a bit.
I might do that one next then because I found the NES one a bit kind of.
Oh, of course. Yeah, if you're going to play the original Metroid, Zero Mission is.
You know what? I'll do that because I'm really loving Fusion. I'm really enjoying. I've never been a big Metroid guy, but I'm. And
this was Super Metroid. Have you played Super Metroid?
No.
Okay, well that's the game.
So maybe on this Metroid kick. I'd also like to play Prime before that new one comes out.
Ooh, baby, what a game!
I do have that remaster lying around somewhere, the Switch one. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm only 4 hours into Death Stranding 2. I don't have a lot to say about it. I'm still kind of in the tutorial.
Yeah, it's a big game. That's one where I'd imagine you'll want to sink your teeth into it before we weigh in. Thanks very much for listening, folks. That's going to do it for another edition of the pod. Yes, excellent. I like the women.
Let's go. It's like a graph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
I thought of it as well. Oh, folks, we'll be back next week with another pod. Maybe we'll have Summerslam Night 2 Fallout to discuss, more games, more movies, more fantasy updates and so forth. Thanks very much for listening. Thank you to my co-host. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. All the best.
And thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.